Hello! Today we're going to be changing the washer bottle pump on this 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan. So to get started, you're going to need to put a jack under the pinch weld by the front wheel. There's a little arrow right there on the sill just telling you where it is. Load it up and just lift it off the ground. Once the car's jacked up, get yourself a little screwdriver or a pick and pick out the wheel nut covers if your car's got them. Of course, if you don't have them, then you don't need to do it. They are quite fiddly, so just hook round the back of them and just pull them out like I'm doing here. Sometimes Volkswagen do include a little tool that's in your little bag in the boot with a little hook thing to pull them out. I've lost mine, so using a little flat blade screwdriver just to pull them out there. There you've got the covers removed. Use a 17mm socket. I'm using an impact gun here. Remove the wheel nuts from the road wheel. Obviously not forgetting the locking wheel nut if your car has one. Put them aside and then we'll remove the road wheel and just set it aside. Next up, we're going to need a T25 Torx bit on the end of your drill or your tool that you've got. Just removing some of the screws from the wheel arch liner. There are quite a few to remove, and there are obviously some underneath. And once you've got the wheel arch liner off, you should see your washer bottle. It's located right in there, and the pump just sits on the back of it. So to get the pump off, just pull it up and your washer bottle is going to empty, so just be careful, make sure you've not got anything in the way. And then you can get to undoing the little clip. So you push the little tabs up on the tubes like I'm doing here, and then just pull it off. Same on the other side. And with the electrical connector at the top, you may be able to get it off, but you'll notice in a minute that I have to use a little flat blade screwdriver, just pushing it inside the top of the connector underneath just to remove the electrical connector from the pump. And there you have the pump. It's just the standard Volkswagen one that came with the car. And we're going to replace it with one that I bought from Euro Car Parts. I'll post the part number in the description for you. It's pretty much an identical part. It's a third manufacturer one. So again, just connect the pipes in the order they came off, pushing the little clips down as well, making sure everything's seated correctly. And then after that, you're going to want to connect the electrical connector on the top, place the pump within the little groove that's there in the bottle, push the connector down into the bottle, and that should all seat correctly. After that, we're going to want to go and refill the washer bottle just to make sure that we can get some fluid up into the pump, and then we'll go ahead and test. On the Volkswagen, we need to make sure the bonnet is closed before we can test. And here we go, let's see if it works. Perfect. We've got some water spraying out the jets now, and the wipers are going up and down. So now it's time to put everything back together. Put all your wheel arch liner back together with all the screws there. Pop your wheel on, and just do your wheel nuts back up again with either your breaker bar or your gun that I've got here. I always seem to start them off on a low speed just to nip them up before we go in with the torque wrench. So after you've got the last bolt in and it's just nipped up, just drop the car down on the jack like we're going to do now. Just drop it down onto the floor. And then you can grab your torque wrench and torque to the manufacturer specification. On this wheel, it's 120 Newton meters, and you want to torque them up in a star pattern. So we go from the top left to the bottom right, and then we're just doing opposites to make sure that everything's nice and torqued up. After we've driven the car for 100 miles, I will go around again and re-torque the wheel bolts just to make sure that they're all good. Replace the covers that we took off earlier, just pushing them back over the wheel nuts. Again, if your car's got them. If not, you can just ignore this step. As part of this job, I'm also going to replace the window wipers, rear and front, and I got this kit from Eurocar Parts. It's quite easy to do. You literally lift the wiper up, there's a little button, depress it, pull the wiper out, bin it off, go and grab your new one, and again just slide it in and make sure you hear an audible click as that goes into the slot. The fronts are pretty much exactly the same. Here's the kit from Eurocar Parts I picked up earlier. Again, you'll need to put your wipers in the service position, and to do that you start the car, turn it off, press the wiper down once and the wipers will go up, and just repeat the same process, pulling out the old wipers, binning them off and just dropping the new ones in. These were a little bit fiddly to get in, but they did go in eventually. Same on the passenger side, press the button, pull the wiper, and just reinstall the new one. And that's it. That's the job complete. All in all, it shouldn't take more than 45 minutes. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.